Warning: the following podcast may contain coarse language and/or adult themes. Listener discretion is advised. And if you're easily offended, just don't listen to it.
Hi, I'm Grunty.
And I'm Dovey.
And I'm DJ.
And I'm Dovey.
And we are Gawgamers.
Welcome to our third episode in season 1 of our podcast, the Gorecast.
Episode 3.
You do specify that every time, so you need to keep that up.
Yeah.
Season 1. You have to say that again.
Season 1.
Sweet.
Yeah, anyway. Awesome. Let's continue. Fix that later. So today we're going to be talking about the consoles as they are in the market at the moment.
Yeah. The bread and butter of gaming.
Everybody has their preference, I suppose. We're going to be talking a little bit about each one. And
what our preferences are.
And why you should buy them, I guess.
I think the big issue
I'd say wait for the next gen. Save up those little pennies.
Yeah, it's a good time to start, actually.
Buy a next gen as soon as it comes out. That's always the best time to buy them.
Yeah.
Money-wise, anyway.
But today we're going to focus on the console market as it is at the moment and why you should buy each one if you are looking to buy at the moment.
That sounds good.
Rightio.
So, if someone came up to you, Grotsky, and said, I'm going to buy a console in this market right now.
You know what I would say?
What?
Google it.
Google it. Okay.
No.
As an educated man of gaming that you are,
What would be your opinion?
what would be your opinions on what they should buy?
Well, the first thing I would ask is do you want it for purely gaming or do you want it to have other things as in like entertainment-wise as well? Like PS3 is good at having a lot more high-definition entertainment stuff, like Blu-ray and stuff like that. But if you want
that is true.
If you want it more as a gaming, probably Wii's just nothing but gaming. They don't really have anything spectacular in entertainment DVD-wise.
No, not as far as DVDs go, no.
But
It's
Xbox is definitely up there. It's like mediocre, both really.
They both got hard drive.
Yeah.
They both got the hard drive function with saving videos and that to it. It's really just the Blu-ray is the biggest difference for the PlayStation.
It's all about the entertainment and the video game part of the side of it.
So it really depends what you want to do with it.
Yes.
So that question next is, I want to play games with my friends a lot. What would you say?
PlayStation.
For network, because it's free, absolutely.
Yes, biggest thing. But then it also depends on the games you want to play. Xbox is also pretty good if you want to play shooters and things online. They're really big
Yes.
for Xbox. And Nintendo, don't play online. Just don't.
Simply
Unless you like running around in the dark.
Yeah, blindfolded.
That's not always an experience.
Yeah. It's alright for downloading your backlog of games and all your reverse playability.
Well, they do say that the Wii is the most expensive emulator out there.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Because you get your old games that you played as a teenager and play them all again.
That's probably the best for it. Xbox and PlayStation do have some backwards compatibility, plus the ability to download some games.
So, Grotsky, if they came up to you and said, no other information, then what console should I get? What would be your answer there?
Well,
This is a real test, if anyone was waiting for it, like me.
well, I know what you guys already know what I'm going to say. So I would say PS3.
What's your favourite game on the PS3 anyway?
Uncharted series.
Which is, we're going to point out, a PS3 exclusive series.
And I'm looking forward to Last of Us as well.
I think we all
cool.
looking forward to that one.
Well, W, what would you choose as a console?
See, it is a pretty big question, and you would need to know what they would want to use it for. The Wii. Now, you said don't use it online. That is a true point, but I think using it with friends at a house, I think the Wii is the best for that sort of thing. It's more light-hearted. It's not serious. It is serious gaming in a way, but it's not dead serious. You can have a lot of game with your Smash Brothers and your
That's a great game.
Mario Kart and things like
It's
that.
a party console.
Remember on our birthday we got hammered at the hotel and played that?
And played a lot of Smash Bros.
Smash Bros.
One of the great
put
nights.
the ED on there.
Yeah.
It's a drinking game for anyone wondering.
It's the best drinking game as far as gaming goes.
Especially when you play it on the Super Smash Bros.
Oh, back in the
300%.
day.
You drink a lot.
It's overkill.
So yeah, I believe that the Wii...
However, that has moved on to the Wii U too.
Yes.
Oh,
The
really?
Wii U
What,
is
a new one?
still... They are going to make a Smash Bros, but what I'm saying is the Wii U is still your party console. It's just now the game's a little bit more sophisticated with the new controller.
What games have you got out at the moment for that?
Well, the best one for like playing group games is the one that comes with it, Super Mario Land.
Wait, you got Wii U?
I've played it, I don't have one.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like, if
How much
you...
time we spend together.
Yeah. If you were to, buy a Nintendo and you didn't have a lot of money, you go back to the Nintendo Wii because there's already a big platform of games out there to go from, to choose from.
Yes.
But most of them do Wii-specific games play on the Wii U, and the Wii U has a lot of new games coming out that are really good. So if you had the money to spend, get the newer console.
It would be nice to have one.
Yeah, I really want one.
So saying that, the Wii is good for party playing.
Yeah.
I would say go see it play.
PS3 for entertainment.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't have a Blu-ray player. I use my PlayStation 3 as a Blu-ray player.
Yeah, we use it for storing music
Hey,
as well.
don't buy a Blu-ray player, buy a PS3. It's just PS3 does everything.
And it's better. Yeah. It is better than a Blu-ray player.
And
It plays
holding
all
it
different
up,
kinds of files.
holding the PlayStation 3 up against the Xbox 360, which I must say I have more games for. I have more games for the Xbox 360. That's not saying that I like either one better, but things on the Xbox can be annoying, like the paying your gold class.
That is still an
Xbox
issue.
Live.
As soon as they stop making Halo games, it will be free, I swear to God.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's only because people are going to keep paying for it because the big games keep coming out like that.
Well, Black Ops on Xbox is a pretty big...
Yeah, but if you were serious about it, you'd buy it on PlayStation and play it for free.
Yeah.
Thing is, I know there's a problem with the... Because I believe they designed it for the Xbox, and they ported it over to the PS3. So the PS3 version has bad collision
That's true.
and bit of
There's a few games
server
that are like
issues,
that.
what Xbox doesn't.
There are a few games like
I
that.
believe
Where
the Xbox
the
Black Ops
ported-
2 version is a lot better.
there've been a few
That's
ported
interesting.
problems.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah,
there's
Darby did not know that.
There's a lot of issues like that.
Opening my eyes.
However, saying it, if you had to buy one console and couldn't decide what you needed to do, and Xbox is a good jack of all trades.
Yes, it is.
There are a lot of party games, a lot of playing your Halo and your Call of Duty and that. Plus, there are some specific racing games, and there are your party games as well. But it does play movies and has your hard drive for downloading things and that,
yes.
and DVDs.
Yeah.
It's a good all-rounder.
The talking racing games, we'll go on that for a little bit. I have been playing Gran Turismo for decades. Probably, I picked it up around Gran Turismo 2.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
played
I-
it from the original.
Yeah, same.
I
Actually,
was,
it was a family game.
yes.
My brothers and I played it more than I did with the first one, but that's what got me into it. Keep going.
I have probably spent thousands of hours playing Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I've helped
That's-
a few hundred of them.
Probably the main reason I have always owned PlayStation.
You can't beat that freaking Red Bull concept car though. Just put it out there.
The X1, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It's like, hey, you got a Bugatti Veyron. That's nice.
That's the cheaty.
Oh, so much fun to drive around though.
Yeah, it is. It's crazier than a Formula 1 car. So, but on racing games, Xbox has Forza,
which is a less serious game.
Yeah, more
still a pretty good racing game, but it is a racing
very enjoyable
game. Whereas Gran Turismo is
more of a simulator, so it's more serious.
Yeah. Well, they had car companies coming to them to put their car stats into the game to see how the car would handle before they built it. That's how good a simulator it is.
The 5-engine, it actually took them, just with modelling, took them like a month to model one car.
Yeah, they've done the hard yards. It's a game made by car enthusiasts rather than gamers.
And I think it boils down, I've played most of the Gran Turismo series because my gaming experience in general, I am a collector. I like to collect nice things and then show off what I've got. Like on Gran Turismo 4, I played hundreds and hundreds of hours just to get to the store on a certain day and get all these limited edition black cars. They were the black racing cars, like the Toyota Le Mans car.
And they were the cheaty cars at the time.
Yes. But you could only do that if you played at a certain amount. And you had, I think it was like $60 million to buy these cars.
Which is ridiculous.
Because that's what I like to collect. And then being so realistic, that was a part of the fun as well. But then Forza started to get better with its graphics and its more realistic cars. I would say
it has sort of caught up a little bit.
The feel of it is not as serious.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty good as Forza goes. I have to get 4.
So we should probably... Well, let's look at each console specifically. And we might as well start with the PlayStation.
The PlayStation?
Might as well start with PlayStation 3.
Yep.
That's the best as far as the PlayStation goes at the moment, obviously. Now, what are the best things about it? The first would have to obviously be, yes, it plays Blu-rays. They practically invented the Blu-ray player for it.
Yes.
Free networking internet plus thingamabob where you play against other people free.
Yes. So, playing
games
online is better. It's cheaper, anyway.
Yeah.
But there is also the option to become a PlayStation Plus member, so you can pay the money for the added benefits if you want. But it's not...
That's something you don't get on Xbox.
You do get a lot of discounts and a lot of free games.
That's what I mean. You pay the money, you get the discount.
But it's optional.
Yes.
You don't have to be a member to play games.
I mean,
Grotsky is the only one who is at the moment. I'm looking into it.
Actually, I couldn't afford the other one, so they cut me off.
Yeah, well, I can't afford to become a member, so would you like one? So that's obviously the networking is the best for that. However, I've noticed a lot of games with online, they don't allow for system link. That is one of the downsides of the PlayStation. Is you have to constantly be on the internet, whereas not everyone can be on the internet all the time, especially here in Australia.
Yes, with our lack of good internet.
It's not as bad as Steam. You can still play offline and play single
player. I'm sure there is a few games out there you play link play.
Not very many. None of the really good ones that we've been trying to get into playing. But, I mean, what other features does it have?
They've always had good hard drives as well. Nice big hard drive.
Oh, that's it.
And you can upgrade the hard drive.
Upgrade hard drive.
Without having to take a big block of the Xbox off. Which they got rid of on the Xbox 360 Slim.
Yeah. And they brought the PlayStation Slim.
That's the one I've got.
Yeah.
No, that's not that one. I've got the one before. I've got the Lite.
The Lite, yeah.
Because it's smaller than the original PlayStation 3, but the new one that's just come out has the stupid tray on the top, the slidey.
Yeah. They cut out a lot of the features to save cost, which I can understand.
Yeah. Does it make it less cost-worthy?
It's for the cheap people. Yeah, I'll say it. If you can't afford it,
well,
buy that.
You can have to deal with it.
Then again, that gives them a reason to lower the price over time.
And that's
without losing out the money on making it. So they've saved the money and they can give it the cheaper money, like the cheaper cost. So, like, a lot of people will wait for consoles to come down in price before buying one.
As I was saying before, you don't buy a console as soon as it comes out.
A lot of people don't.
I don't.
Dubby don't.
Dovey don't.
He sponges a lot.
I play other people's consoles. I'll say it. I don't care.
And then buys his own.
Yes.
For multiplayer games. So that's okay.
Then
So-
get some tape.
Grotsky, having owned the PlayStation the longest out of the three of us, what would you say are the cons? What are the bad things about the PlayStation?
Pretty much everything.
Pretty much everything. First you hype it up and they're like, no, it's crap.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, probably servers. Sometimes the servers can be a bit shit.
It does drop out a few times.
Yeah,
That is a downside of wireless sometimes, though.
Yeah, that's my internet.
Yeah, wireless as well as...
That's Australian
Yeah.
internet. Come on, you broadband update,
Well, if you had the
upgrade, whatever.
probably the original PS3s, they do get quite hot.
Ah, yes.
Sony is good at fixing those kind of problems, and they were way ahead of it than Xbox was. So
That's
give
true.
them that.
There was the yellow light of death for
So
a
that's
while.
not really a con. That's
The yellow light
a
of death.
plus.
The yellow light of
Yeah,
death.
that's like a 1% failure rate.
Yeah.
Oh.
It doesn't happen as often, but PlayStations do freeze as well. Your
Yeah.
older
Yes.
one used to freeze a lot. Usually you can just restart the PlayStation, it's fine. Sometimes it gets annoying when you're in the middle of a game. But there was the yellow light of death when it would get overheated. My brother actually had this happen to him recently. It would overheat and then just crash. And his died completely. Yellow light of death.
Is that
Sucks.
Yeah.
comparable to the red ring of death?
It's...
Whereas motherboard lifting?
I'm not sure what causes it actually. Pretty
Would
sure
be
it
a
is a heat sink
heating
problem
issue,
though.
yeah.
Could be many problems. Could be something died on the motherboard or something.
And I've also noticed updates happen a lot more frequently on PlayStation.
lot.
That is one of the downsides.
I get on there, we're like, let's play this game. Yeah, get it, put it on. Okay, I've got to wait now.
It's not as bad as Steam though. Just saying.
It's just you should take your entire PlayStation 3 catalogue and every now and then put it through your PlayStation just to make sure.
Just in case there's an off chance you want to play one, the second you put the disc in.
Yeah.
One of the plus sides is the range of games actually.
Yes.
And console specific games. It's
But
quite
that's
extensive.
that's dwindling for PlayStation.
True.
It used to be a lot more, like you had your Tomb Raider games on the old PlayStations and...
But now they're all consoles.
Yes, especially the new one, which would have been a mass home run for any one console to have specifically.
Yeah, and now it's all consoles. Although we say all consoles, it's really just PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah, because we would never play a
'Cause-
game like that.
Yeah, Nintendo, although there have been games where they've had all three that have been released, Nintendo is a completely different version of the game.
What was that? Red Steel. That was a good game on Wii though.
That was brilliant.
Haven't played it.
Red Steel 2 especially.
Yes.
Brilliant.
That was pretty fun, just using the Wiimote like that. I don't think I know they've got it. They've got the Kinect and they've got the PlayStation Move and stuff, but I don't think they're fully embraced like we have. Not we, as in us. I'm talking about the Nintendo Wii.
Okay, so we'll move on to the Nintendo as the next console.
Nice segue, Daryl.
Nice segue. I like segues. They're funny.
When people fall off them.
Yeah. Oh, wrong segue. Sorry. So, we're looking at the Nintendo as its benefits, its main reasons for purchasing one is its games, really.
Yeah, the fun of playing in a group.
It's group games. Not
Plus-
just that, like
plus
some of their
anything
single-player ones.
Plus
Yeah.
anything Mario
Yeah.
Galaxy.
Best things about the Nintendo at the moment, aside from the fact that now you have the Nintendo Wii and the Wii U to choose from, its party games are probably the best, and there's more of them. It's motion games, actually.
Yes.
Not only did they pioneer them, they were better. I found a lot of the PlayStation Move and the Xbox Kinect
Not as entertaining.
not as entertaining. Just great concepts, great ideas, but it just didn't feel
You gotta tell them it's true.
Good.
They're stupid gimmicks.
yeah.
They're
True.
stupid.
Most things, like the Wii
However-
Fit, that was a gimmick.
The Wii started with the gimmicks, but they got over that.
Yeah.
And the games came out were really good for the motion. They really used it in the right way for that game.
I think Wii Sport was one of the best things that came out with that.
True. But I mean, like, looking at games, say Metroid Prime 3 as an example,
Yep.
that used the motion, but it didn't overuse the motion. It kept it simple. And it was still just about the gameplay with just some added features. And they worked really well. They were seamless. Whereas the Xbox and PlayStation being further behind with the motion gaming didn't get to that point. It was all just gimmick games. Like you had, with the Move, the sports games, which felt like just a better looking version of Wii Sports, but it didn't work as well.
You know how much that game impacted me? I can't even bloody remember it.
You can't? You had it.
I had it, but I can't remember it.
That's nice.
Like, playing
That's how good it is.
Frisbee golf.
I kind of intend to forget crap things like that.
That's saying something. But remember the Frisbee golf? It pretty much just felt like a rip-off of golf.
The
Wii had Frisbee golf as well.
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah.
That's when you had to...
It just
something
looked
to do with
prettier.
poles as well? Did you have to go like around poles and stuff?
Yeah, you had like the basket net thing you had to try and get
I
into.
can't remember that crappy game, but...
Yeah, so because it was...
It's all shit.
We know how you feel about that one, alright?
Yeah.
What are the Wii's cons, though?
Cons. Well, playing on the internet for one
Yes,
is the most obvious.
I'd say it gets boring.
By yourself, it does.
Actually, the controller, I think, was another. Worked really well for some games, but didn't work at all for others.
I like that they can use different controllers on the Wii, though.
Different control schemes was good, but some games, like I said,
Yeah.
it just didn't work. Like
It's
Smash Bros.
It's always a trouble when
Honestly,
you're playing Smash Bros. And you've got like 4 people, one with the normal controller, another one with I've tried playing with a steering wheel once.
Yeah, you want to play with the GameCube because it plays and flows better with it.
Yes, the GameCube controller was one of the best.
It was really hard to adapt to that control style.
Yeah, with the nunchuck and everything.
So that was a bit of a downside. Also, the graphics were a downside.
Yes.
As the 3 consoles go.
I think they like to keep it light and airy. It's not that...
They did bring out a lot of stylized games.
Yes.
Which looked really good. And they had a lot of cartoony games which worked well. But, the more realistic they tried to get, if they got away from the stylized look, it was very, it was just blocky. It just didn't work. And trying to get HD on it just didn't work. Even though they brought out one towards the end there with HD compatibility.
HDMI cable?
Yeah, it never had the input for HDMI cable.
Yeah.
Until they brought out one later. Now the Wii U has it, so...
And it comes with it!
Yes.
Even Xbox stopped doing that.
But, so the Wii U's graphics is caught up, but I feel, for the most part, it's going to stick with the real cartoon graphics, at least to begin with.
Yeah.
Oh, and also buying a lot of controllers was a mega downside for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Buy a Wiimote. Buy a Wii Motion Plus. Buy a nunchuck. You had to buy 3 parts to play most games.
Buy 10,000 batteries to run the damn thing.
Yeah, that too.
Well, talking about controller batteries, most of them do have the wireless, but I reckon the PlayStation is the best for it.
Yeah.
Easier charging.
And it came with built-in rechargeable batteries.
It was built in.
Yeah.
Something that, like, you use like lithium-ion batteries instead of your normal alkaline AAAs, AA's and stuff.
Oh, well, I don't know if you remember, but when I used to live in Gawler, we had a PS3 controller testing. I went all the way out the house to the park, and it was still working.
Yeah, I remember.
I was playing golf, like, about 100 metres away, and the controller was still working. I couldn't believe it.
It was across the road and halfway through the friggin'...
The power of Bluetooth.
Yeah. That is a fair point.
Yes.
Xbox does not have that same range.
Yes.
Nintendo doesn't have that same range.
I don't know
Whereas
why.
I walk 2
I wouldn't know.
rooms and my earpiece is beeping at me. Because you're out of range.
You're too far away.
But I still wouldn't know why you want to play a game 100 metres away
Not unless you had
a drive-through.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Have a projector screen.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Going back to what
I
we're
think
talking about.
lack of, with the Wii, what other points have you got for cons?
Well, it was expensive to buy 4 groups of controllers.
Yes.
That was a real downside. I also found not a lot of people I knew had them as well. Like, our immediate group of gamers had them, but a lot of people I I've been at work and I talked about it. Not many people had them, so you couldn't say, we should play this game. Get to play this. Yeah. It had to be come to my place to play it. Or I'd take my Nintendo there.
I knew 3 people who all acquired their Nintendo Wii from old ladies that didn't play Wii Fit anymore.
Is that because they died?
I don't think so.
I think they just
stopped exercising. I think that was the whole gimmick of Wii
on
Fit.
The couch.
Yes.
So they died.
So they didn't use their Wii anymore, so they sold it to 20-year-olds.
Yeah. That was its downfall. A lot of people also saw the Wii U when it first came out as a gimmick.
Yes.
Whereas most of us who knew, hey, Mario's going to come out in this. I want to play that. I'm going to get it. There are people who all bought it on launch.
Mario Galaxy.
Especially Twilight Princess. That was delayed for the Nintendo Wii. A lot of people bought it on launch day for that game. I know I did. I got home, screw Wii Sports. I threw that aside, started playing Twilight Princess straight away. It wasn't until my brother, or I think it was, I think it was my brother, who said, hey, we should try this game with 2 controllers. Oh, okay, I'll plug it in. So that was probably its biggest downfall.
Yeah.
I mean, the Wii U will be seen as a gimmick as well. Being the first to bring out the built-in screen on the controller, rather than having, plug it in a console.
Have we talked enough about the Wii's cons? I reckon the biggest Wii con.
I say we go to the Xbox.
It's probably...
Just hold your horses, Grottenheimer. I think that its biggest drawback is that it doesn't have the entertainment factor. It doesn't have DVD player. It doesn't have Blu-ray player.
You have to put it away and get out something else, usually another console, to watch your movies.
God forbid you have to buy a DVD player.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Haven't had to buy one for ages. Actually, the last one I did buy was because all the cheap Kmart DVD players played burnt CDs.
Yeah.
That is the best.
Yeah.
Or get a computer and then you can run anything.
See, that's the other... I've got a Blu-ray on my computer as well.
Yeah, so do I. It's good.
Blu-ray burnt.
Yep. So
actually, I did just think of another downside for the Nintendo Wii.
Oh, please.
What if you don't have many friends? You can't get a group of friends to play Smash Bros.
Or terrible.
Mario Kart. It's a party game.
Like, we've got too many people from Mario Kart and stuff sometimes.
It's seen as a party console, not as a single-player console.
Yes.
However, there are some brilliant single-player games on it.
Twilight Princess, Mario Galaxy.
Haven't played it.
Well, you haven't lived, my friend.
You don't play your Nintendo enough. You don't play the good Nintendo games enough.
I don't have the games to play on.
Don't look at me like that. You are my friend.
I have a Wii, but I don't have the games.
You've got a blue Wii. You should get that checked out. Thank you for that, Daryl.
No worries.
This podcast was watched by a live ostrich.
Anyway, we do have games if you ever want to borrow them, by the way. Just put that out there.
We got a few.
Okay.
Too much fuck us.
We should move around.
Move around. Jump around. Jump around.
Moving on to
jump.
the Xbox.
Gets down. The Xbox. I had to sing something. That was
no.
the third one.
You always sing stuff that gets stuck in my head.
Alright, what are the so beautiful
pros
to me?
What are the pros of having an Xbox? I'll ask Grodsky first because he's recently acquired one.
Force him.
Tell
us about your Xbox. I want to hear it.
I got Star Wars Edition.
Actually, that is a pretty cool feature alone that you can get particular versions.
Yeah.
Like
the Halo 4 recently.
Halo 4, the Star Wars, Gears of War.
Yep.
Someone returned, actually, to GameStop, and someone was taking back a Modern Warfare one. I don't know why he bought it in the first place, but that's just me.
Yeah.
What? I mean,
I originally got my first Xbox for Fable 2.
Yes. Fable 2.
That's console specific as well, isn't it?
That is.
I was so pissed off about that game. I lost interest in the Xbox altogether.
They hyped it up.
I bet you went evil. You kicked chicken.
Actually, I always play as a good guy first.
Do you? That's nice.
It was because they really
have the control for that.
It's because the last boss fight was pathetic. All that stuff and shit for what? One bullet. Dead. Game over. What the fuck?
The first game was brilliant.
What were you thinking?
Second game was really hyped up and then fell off the high horse. And the third one was an improvement. I haven't played the third one though, myself, but I've heard it's a lot better.
Third one's pretty good.
But I mean, I was looking forward to Fable 2 for the multiplayer, and the multiplayer was terrible. They're like, what do they call it? Couch co-op. Where you can have someone sit next to you and join in.
Yeah, that's
sure, stay in the same screen. Yeah, no worries. Sure, no, you won't get a hero. You get a pre-made person with no ability to
game, don't
upgrade them. That was
wrong.
Didn't work.
Yeah, wrong game of choice to do that on.
Did not work. Then they were saying, all your options would affect the town itself. I didn't recall ever seeing it ever change. Didn't work. So,
you don't like Fable 2?
Don't like Fable 2. No.
They ruined it.
Fable 1, brilliant.
Yep.
Stick with that.
Fable 3, also brilliant.
So that's the reason you bought an Xbox?
Originally, yeah.
Originally.
We tried to convince him to play Halo and that with us, but we never really got into that.
He's got 4 and he's going to play with us when we decide to let him.
I do work a lot, so once I get a chance to, I will.
Yeah.
You got to quit your job, mate. Sorry to say.
Not in this time of age, it's a bad idea.
Yes, that's true. We're not going to talk about Centrelink people.
Yes. I'm going to pigeonhole.
Okay, so what is its benefits of the Xbox?
The benefits of the Xbox? It does everything.
Xbox Live is easier to
It is easy to navigate. I think chat is heaps better. I don't like the PlayStation keyboard.
What? It's not necessary. Well, what, the QWERTY? You're dissing the QWERTY keyboard.
I'm just saying.
That is a professional keyboard layout. You don't want some shit that says A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That is confusing as shit.
Let me speak.
And they're freaking Microsoft. They should know better.
Let me speak.
No, that's just a joke. So you did it right. Xbox did
No, I don't think it moves as easily as Xbox's does, and I've got pretty bad eyes, so the Xbox is easy to read.
Actually, that's another drawback from PlayStation, bring up that point, is if you don't have a high-def TV, it is really hard to play games on.
Yes.
Especially to read them. Even I've got fine eyesight, I have the same problem.
They've got that dial and they've amped it right up there.
Whereas the Xbox, you can play it on the older TVs, and it
That's because it was originally a piece of shit standard definition crap.
Well, that's true, but
then they added
just
the high def.
Eventually, you're going to say this is this many HP and high def, this much, but you can't tell the difference from the last one because your eyes aren't good enough. You know what a Retina display is? That's as good as your eyes can see, ever.
However, going back to an older TV does happen. Me and my brother have done it for playing Guitar Hero because it plays better. The older ones do. So there are some reasons to have better
tube TV.
The option between them. Yeah.
You should rustle that bottle a bit more, there, Ross.
Well, I'm thirsty. I need to drink.
Alright, so W finds the navigation, I agree with some of the navigation, especially with the store and that, is easier on the Xbox. Messaging, that's up for debate.
Although they've changed it a couple of times, they can't seem to settle on a dashboard, so they...
Yeah, that's true.
That's for both of them, though.
They don't often have updates, but when they do, they're usually things like that, and it's like massive. It's like, we're going to change the entire layout, and you're going to update for half.
I liked it when they had the blades.
I like being able to put my own background on there that wasn't half cut off by the bottom of the bottom of the display.
That's exactly right.
They've only recently fixed it. You can sort of make it see-through, but I haven't bothered to put a background on it. There's too many little boxes. So there's another pro for the PlayStation. You can have your own backgrounds. You have moving backgrounds that you can easily see with their layout.
Yes.
But the Xbox is better for actually finding the things themselves. But backgrounds, not so much.
Xbox, open
Agree?
trade.
You don't agree?
I find the PS3 quite easy.
You find PS3.
Then again, I've been playing that a lot longer than Xbox.
That's true.
So you guys are...
Practice makes perfect.
You guys find that easy. Well, I find the PS3 a lot easier.
Well, the PS3 keeps things in folders, but then you have to go through those folders to find it. Which, yes, can be easier, but having some things on the dashboard straight away is easier. Like, you have your list of games. You just go to your pins, and there's my list of games I've pinned there. I'll just pick the one I want. That can be quicker. That is up for debate.
Other drawbacks for Xbox? You got some?
Didn't come wireless when it first came out. That kind of annoyed me. Still
wasn't
haven't
high
played it.
definition either.
It was switchable. Yeah. You could have both.
Yeah, like I still have to plug in my Xbox.
That stupid RGB or something.
Yeah, it was
those old
component cables.
Yeah, component cables. That's where they went.
It wasn't
wrong.
HDMI out of the box.
I had the first Elite. Yes, got a HDMI cable in that one.
Yeah,
that's what.
And then I got Red Ring of Death. And bought another one. And it must have been something with the first Elite I bought $700. The next one $400 and something.
Ooh.
No HDMI cable. Is that where the price went? Was that HDMI cable worth $200?
Hell no! You can buy one for $10
Off eBay.
Off eBay. Not even. You can buy one for like $20 to $30 at electronics stores, Dick Smith and stuff, which are hard to find here. But
Dick Smith are everywhere.
yeah, well there wasn't.
Yeah,
There's
no,
not one in Gawler or Elizabeth anymore.
There is.
Oh, sorry, Mudpara anymore.
Yeah, that's the one, man.
It's Elizabeth because everyone goes to Elizabeth.
But
yeah,
no
actually,
shoes
that's
on.
another bonus for the Xbox. Is it does have different versions. Sure, if you get bought the wrong one or you buy the wrong one, that sucks. But there are different options for what you want it to do. If you just want for media, there was the media option.
Do you want to talk about the new one?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Hush.
So that had different versions. When it first came out, I remember I've originally, of course, got the one with the hard drive. That was the one I got the Red Ring of Death on.
Yep.
Which, we're kind of skirting around the topic, but the Red Ring of Death is a big downfall.
They almost... It was like, hey, we're going to make these. They break sometimes, but they'll be alright.
That's...
I remember.
I think it's because they rushed the console out, though.
I remember seeing on the news that some guy went through like his 5th Xbox or something.
Yeah.
And he was stupid enough to keep buying them and buying them and buying them.
If you're that stupid, mate.
If you're that unlucky, I'm on my second.
Same here.
That's...
Same with your
2
brother.
or 3 is the average. If you're any more than that, you're just unlucky.
Same with your brother.
Yes.
Who has recently bought the Slim. And the pros with that one, obviously it's wireless now.
They've fixed some of the problems. It
You
doesn't break down as
but
easy.
you can't expand memory.
And you can't take out the hard drive.
You can't take out the hard
That was
drive.
handy.
But then, again, they've changed really with how their games work. Most of it is online. So your saving is on the console. But
That's true.
You
They've
can
eliminated
change
some of
your gamer tag to another console in another house and play continuations on there. I know we had a lot of problems with that.
One thing that really, really annoyed me about the Xbox as well is their copyright, obviously, or security around that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I bought a game, bought some stuff on my first Xbox, downloaded it to my hard drive. Fair enough. Use that hard drive on my second Xbox, have to be constantly connected to the internet to play it.
Oh.
That pissed me off. To put it simply. PlayStation also has this problem. It's just not as bad. Where you can change your gamer tag to another PlayStation, some things will work, but you can only do it a certain number of times.
Yeah.
Once you've gone past that, or if you let other people download it, as I know some people do, and that goes through the certain number of times, then you can't do it anymore.
The gamer tag.
No, like if you use your sign-in...
Oh, yeah, no.
You can only do that, 5 times?
It used to be, it's only 1 now.
So you can only do it once.
They changed it, yeah.
So you can't share it anymore.
It used to be unlimited.
Yeah.
But then they found out, so they did it down to 5. And then they were like, no, we'll just do it.
So basically,
one
you have to buy everything for yourself
'Cause
on your
pretty much
console.
Yeah. Thing is,
And hope you never have to change another console.
pretty much everyone that has a PS3 has kind of stopped doing that now.
So
That's why they kind of lowered down to 1.
they're trying to kill out the tired asses, which I'm sorry to say is most gamers.
It's true, but
I want
when
value.
it works against me, when I'm just trying to change my hard drive, or had to change my Xbox because it broke,
Yeah.
that's really annoying.
Like, you can't use some content.
Sony does have a site where you can reset your profiles.
I'm sure that
So
process is...
so you don't have to ring up anyone or anything. You just sign in with your PlayStation Network ID. You get in there and you delete them.
Yeah.
Re-register it. Cha-ching. So easy.
Yeah. Well, alright.
So that's the downfalls of Xbox.
Oh, and it's tray.
Oh,
Scratches discs.
Yes.
Discs. There we have another drawback. Blu-ray discs. You don't really have much problem with scratching.
It's very hard to scratch them.
But then your Xbox games, how many times have I had to go to Blockbuster and say, "Can you fix
How many
this
times
for me?"
did you had a game that had like multiple discs and you had to keep swapping them?
I don't play Mass Effect.
Just multiplayer on my disc.
Yes,
Good thing it comes with 2 discs.
it works. Because I'm a tired ass, I won't actually buy the game.
There's only been a couple of games I've owned we've had to change discs.
Game
on
gets
Xbox.
much better once you get out of Midgar.
PlayStation eliminated that with the Blu-ray disc.
Oh.
All their old games used to have multiple discs.
Yes.
They're big games.
Yes.
But not the new
Pretty
ones.
much all of their old games. They're back on the
But-
700 megabyte discs.
Let's just
CDs.
Yes.
Compact discs.
let's
Black compact discs.
That was cool. I like that.
let's look at that for a second, shall we? Installation times. Especially when games first came out, you had to install it to the hard drive to eliminate the need to change discs. Because it was layered.
Didn't bother me much.
Much. Have you played Metal Gear Solid 4?
Yeah, I've got it.
And you got to install it for like an hour before you can even play it. And then every time you get to the next chapter, you've got to install it again. Takes half the time, admittedly, but you have to install every chapter.
Yeah,
I'm a very
did that
busy
for
man.
a reason, though.
Because it's a massive game. It's still a drawback. It's not the same as
It
having
actually-
4 discs. You don't have to get
To
up.
be honest with you, it didn't really bother me.
I still don't like extended load times in games.
I'm
It's supposed to be-
Nintendo 64.
We're supposed to be eliminating that.
But every time they ramp up the speed of a console, they ramp up the graphics of a game, the size of a game's area. It's always going to be a compounded issue.
Yeah, there's always going to be drawbacks like that. They are getting better at working around them, though. Some game developers are really good at their craft.
With the advancement of technology, we can go to the moon.
Alright. So is there anything else anyone needs to add? Pros, cons for any of the consoles?
I think I said all I had to say.
Likewise. Probably missed a shitload of stuff, but I can't come up with any on my head. In my head.
Well, we'd like to hear from the viewers. The
I
listeners.
would love to hear from you. Pointing at you. You can't see me, but I'm pointing directly at you.
If you guys can think of anything else, any other drawbacks, or really standout pros for each of the consoles,
What's your favourite console?
Yeah.
well,
Which
yeah.
one would you rather buy?
Which one would you recommend? And why? Don't just say you like PlayStation because it's better.
Don't cheap out.
Don't cheap out. Don't be vague.
No vague booking.
No vague booking. Yeah. Alright. Well, I think we should take a little bit of a break.
We are going to do a segment.
We're going to go to Dovey's
Do's
segment.
Do's and don'ts.
Dovey's do's and don'ts.
What I shouldn't do.
Yay!
Which is, hey, get excited, mate.
I did.
Yeah.
This is my excited face.
Hey there, I'm Dovey, and this is Dovey's Do's and Don'ts. So what we're going to do, we're going to run through some do's and don'ts for you, not to get from the App Store on your iPhones. I don't do Android, so you have to just deal with that. The first one for we've got do, Plants vs. Zombies. I say go and get that one for definite. It's a nice, fun game, nice and clean. Only 99 cents, but free at this point in time. Coming from PopCap Games. We've got a don't, Running Dead. Just don't. It's just not good. Of course, do. I want you to get Monster Truck Destruction. We've talked about it a lot, obviously. Only 99 cents, coming from Odd Games, promoted by Chilingo, which is massive. We're going to go do not get Bug Catcher. 99 cents from Cyan Worlds Games, and it's just trying to rip off Angry Birds, and very poorly, I might say. I want you to go and get, this is a definite do, 4 picks 1 word. It's a very smart puzzle game, good fun, and watch out, your friends will start putting it up on Facebook, trying to get the answers. But it was a good takeaway from the hardships of your day. Coming from Lotum GMBIT. Next we've got for the don'ts, Silly Owls. I've mentioned it before in our podcast. Do not get that, especially for $1.99, that's for damn sure. From Chang Kiang Boon Games, and it, again, like Bugcatcher, it is trying to get the feel of Angry Birds going again, but in this version, it's just slow, repetitive, and quite boring. So do not get that. And the two we're going to have a bit more of a look at. I want you to get Clash of the Clans, and don't Tree World. Now these two actually surprised me with their order of do's and don'ts. I went into playing both of them with the same sort of feel. Like Clash of the Clans, you're building a village and attacking the goblins and protecting when people attack you. And Tree World, all you're doing is pretty much getting critters and putting them in your tree. What I really see an iPhone game as, you want something to break up your day, you've got like a train ride, and you just want to relax, take it easy, nothing too serious, especially on your phone. I feel sometimes Clash of the Clans can take too long, and they focus too much on cash, real money, paying for things to get done faster, and I know that's what a lot of games do, but they focus a bit too much on it. But still a better game than Tree World, which becomes monotonous very early on and just doesn't have enough meat to the whole game, even though it's something you can just step into, whereas Clash of the Clans you have to plan out your village and think about it. But as far as those building games go, Clash of the Clans is a definite do. From Supercell Games, it is for free, Clash of the Clans is. So is Tree World, but hey, I still say don't. So this has been Dovey with Dovey's Do's and Don'ts. Enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, you should say, and we're back.
And we're back.
A bit more gusto, please.
And we're back.
Thank you.
Happy?
In the pants.
It's a face palm. Right, well, we've talked enough about the consoles. Now we should actually talk about the games. The games themselves are a big enough reason to buy certain consoles as to why you pick certain consoles.
Literally did that with the PS3. Gran Turismo 5.
Literally does that with the Xbox.
What game was that, Darren?
Halo.
Halo!
Of course it was.
Continuing game series.
Yes.
Fans, or even, newcomers to game series, will buy certain consoles for their games.
What was Uncharted on? Is it just PS3?
Yep.
So it wasn't before on...
Nope.
Thank you very much for your input there, buddy.
You're welcome.
So
you've got your Gran Turismo, which was massive on the other ones.
Each console has its own racing series, has
Yes.
its own staple series. That's a good way to look at each particular console. You're not just...
They have it for other ones as well, like shooting games.
Yeah. But the type of shooters, the type of racing games. We'll start with racing games then.
Racing games?
PlayStation has got Gran Turismo, your simulator.
Massive game, though.
Big series, the most realistic out of all of them. Xbox has your Forza, would probably be the bigger one.
Yeah.
There's also, Project Gotham.
Yes.
They're more realistic, a bit more on the gameplay. The feel of it was very different.
Yeah, the whole...
And a little, not quite as serious.
Gameplay and the feel
fun.
of the car in general.
That was the first. They were the first ones to sort of say, "Hey, you should drift for points."
I love
Kudos.
Need for Speed.
Oh, Need for Speed.
Underground 2.
That was they were awesome games, but they're not console specific.
No, but they weren't serious.
And then of course Nintendo has Mario Kart, your party races.
Have Mario in general, you win.
However, some of the consoles have had rip-offs of each other. Xbox has attempted to do more serious races.
Yes.
PlayStation has attempted to rip off your Mario Karts, your less serious races, with Mod Nation races. So they do cross over a little bit as well, but they each have their particular series.
All-Stars can get stuffed.
Actually,
when you're talking about Smash Bros.
Yeah, it doesn't compare. You can't really compare it. A lot of people try to, you can't. You can't beat Smash Bros, so you've got to compare it to something else.
I think the biggest change has been like Sonic being on Sega all those years, and then all of a sudden on Nintendo, almost adopted by the Mario family, which is a very dangerous family to be involved with, if you know any mob bosses. That wasn't stereotyping. Sorry.
Unless you watch Sonic for Hire, then it's fine. But it's YouTube series. It's silly, very silly. Just put it out there.
Oh, Sonic for Hire. Yes.
Yeah, you remember that now. Yeah, well, that was a game series that was console specific, but has been adopted by Nintendo. So now it's Nintendo specific.
It is Nintendo specific.
It did. However, the next gen one did come out on Xbox and PlayStation as well.
I'm sure that took off. What game was that called?
That has its own underground following. It's just not genuinely popular.
What game was that called?
Sonic. He's googling this now.
Sonic what?
It's just the Hedgehog next gen.
Ah.
It's just titled Sonic the Hedgehog.
Continue talking.
So, well...
Because you want
Metal Gear's always been on PlayStation. And
Metal Gear was brought out on the MX2X, I think.
Oh yeah, some Japanese.
The very original one, yeah.
The Japanese and European...
That doesn't count.
Actually, North American was next. Came out on also PC and Microsoft PC as well.
Alright, I'm going to bring out the list.
You do that, man.
The biggest series that most people would know of for each console. Now, PlayStation has the bigger list of console-specific games because they've been making games longer than Microsoft. However, Nintendo has a pretty impressive list of its own. Okay, it was on both.
Yes. Sonic the Hedgehog was on both Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3.
It's only the more recent games that have
The
come
next
out after
gen,
that
yes.
that have come out on Nintendo.
Yes.
So, alright. Xbox, we have your Gears of War. It's one of its biggest series.
Yes.
It's a pretty good
Not
series.
as big as Halo.
It's, yeah. Of course, there's Halo, which is probably the biggest reason, it's the main reason most of us got an Xbox.
Yes.
It's, that's a really good game series. It's very standalone, the original stories. That, they're never letting that go. As long as they're making Halo games, they'll be making Microsoft consoles.
Yes.
I mean, they passed on the mantle to continue this series.
And have been doing it justice so far.
Before this is all over, promise me you'll figure out which one of us is the machine.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you were to say, why should I buy an Xbox, I would say Halo. The games, in my opinion, games on Xbox are the reason for buying it, not the hardware. Not the console itself.
It's the game developers that use the hardware to the maximum anyway.
Yeah. But I mean, it's had to come through several iterations of Xbox because it had so many faults to begin with. Microsoft are newer to the console market. That would be why. Their games, though, are really good. It plays the same games as PlayStation, a lot of the same games, usually with little difference, and it has its own unique series like Halo and Gears of War that are good reasons to buy it alone.
I agree.
PlayStation, its big game series, obviously Uncharted.
Uncharted.
Uncharted alone, it's very cinematic. That is a great series to buy a PlayStation alone, I reckon.
A couple of words. How would you describe Uncharted, Grotty?
Fantastic.
I meant about gameplay.
Fantastic.
Cinematics are brilliant.
It's fucking fantastic all around. 10 out of 10.
Okay, I'm going to change that question. Game style. So, would you say like Tomb Raider crossed with Assassin's Creed?
It's got a bit of a few mixes in it, but it worked out well.
I would say it's...
Yeah, Tomb Raider.
Prince Persian? What's your...
And other stuff.
Okay, we're going to leave that there.
Anyway, it's good.
Drop it while it's hot.
Alright.
So, Uncharted.
So they've got the Uncharted, they've got the Metal Gear series, your tactical espionage action, which is good. However, the latest in the series, I believe, is coming out on both consoles. But that's Revengeance. Whereas the classic ones, as everyone will say, that only the ones with
Solid
Snake are good, as they will defend.
Yeah, you've got
Which are
Solid
the
Snake
console-specific ones.
on Super Smash Brothers.
Yes, but that's because that was the developer, not necessarily the game series. They got rights to use that character. However, they made games for PlayStation.
Yeah.
Alright. Then you've got, of course, Little Big Planet was the series one,
That is a really good play.
which is a very unique game that you can sort of only get on PlayStation. With, yes, hand controls. Considering how long I was going to see that.
Then you can go like this.
There have been a lot of games that have tried to make windmill
Bitch
arms.
slap each other.
Yeah. There have been a lot of games that have tried to make games about making games.
Yeah.
Whereas Little Big Planet is one of the only successful ones to pull it off.
Sackboy is a good character.
Yeah, it was a really good movie.
And Sackgill.
Is there a Sackgirl?
Are you sure it's not just Sackboy wearing
A
wings?
wig?
That's pretty much what a Sackgill is. It's
Yeah.
a sack thing.
They're-
That dresses up as a chick.
They're genderless.
Sackgill! And then you got Sackboy.
Genderless.
They can't see you.
Well,
Okay.
Sackgill.
This is the God of War series.
Ah, that's a big one.
One of the granddaddies of the hack and slash.
Got a new one coming out on that.
New one coming out again, which has multiplayer.
What was that, Ascension?
Ascension, yeah.
Yes, I've got something right.
The Ratchet and Clank series. That's actually closer towards the real cartoony
feels
style.
very Nintendo-y.
Yeah, but it works well. I mean, I'm a big fan of that series.
Yeah.
I like that series. I don't
Good
own any of
games.
them, but I've played them all.
Like,
Especially
almost feels...
Jack and Daxter.
No,
But they do...
it doesn't feel like that at all. It
No,
feels
I'm
more
just
like
saying that's
Banjo
another
Kazooie. That's what I was about to say.
There's another one, motherfucker.
What is
Yeah,
Jack
but I don't know if Jack and Daxter was console specific. I didn't look into that.
Yeah, it's PS3.
But didn't the later ones come out?
That's an old.
Oh yeah, that's PS3 as well. They have your Final Fantasy series for RPG gamers out there,
Yeah.
which is
Don't bother, stick with Final Fantasy 7 or 8. You know, the classics.
yeah, play the classic ones, which
I
you
like
can download
10.
at the
I
moment.
like 10.
Yeah, 10 was good.
10 was pretty
Yeah,
good. I like
I'll
the...
say that.
I think
just
the
saying-
character development in 10 was heaps good, so...
It was good in 7 and 8.
12 was like,
I mean, obviously, the writing wasn't as good
The
back
new
then.
styles. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
by going from the new graphics and it's all 3D, very
And
all
it's when
3D.
they lost the director of those games, they just
Yes.
haven't been the same. They look prettier,
They do.
but
They can keep it, though.
oh, shit.
the fact alone that they have the rights to those games is you can download the classic ones, 7, 8, and 9. You download your favourite ones onto your PlayStation and play them.
Yep.
I have been playing Final Fantasy 7 recently. All the nostalgia feels. All the feels.
All them feels.
All that feels.
You
Yeah.
can actually,
Can you hear my arms
you
going
can
up in the air?
actually download them all 1 to 9.
Even the ones that were never released out of Japan?
Yep.
Sweet.
See, they've also got Resistance, which is, in my opinion, their attempt at making a Halo-style game.
I'm not sure
Are
about
you
that.
laughing because in my opinion, or because you don't like the game?
On your opinion.
Okay, that's alright. You don't think that's what they were going for?
It's your opinion that he's got a shit opinion.
Yeah, well that's really sort of the bigger
Never
ones.
really looked into Resistance. What sort of gameplay is that?
The first one was good. Second one
person
I
shooter.
kind of got lost in interest. The third one I didn't even bother.
Yeah.
Hey, look, squirrel.
But the first one was great.
Admittedly, I played mostly the first one.
You say it feels like Halo or looks?
I think it's just what they were trying to go for.
Okay.
Where it's like the first-person shooter, and it's against like your aliens, the big environments and stuff.
You can't beat Halo's story though.
No.
They've always done so good with their writing.
They've written a backstory so far that they literally just look at it and go, "I'm going to make a game here," and they have all the story for it.
It's pretty good. The books are pretty good.
The books are a great way to flesh that out.
Oh no, I don't read.
Because you can't?
Doesn't even
Pretty
read
much.
instructions.
Pretty much.
Anything to do with reading, I kind of avoid.
And
Well, except for Final Fantasy Old Classic, I'll read that.
that's
Yeah.
right.
And
You've got no choice.
if it's a latest game that has jibber jabber shit on the screen we have to read, I'll just lose interest straight away.
It's like, where's this Japanese movie's subtitles?
And this is why he doesn't play Legend of Zelda.
I don't actually never played that. Which one?
All of them.
I played the original.
Like,
I've
Ocarina
actually
of
played-
Time. That's great.
I've mostly
that's
played
one of my favourite games, if not my favourite game.
borrowing off
But I
of
haven't
you.
played any of the others.
I played it.
Played.
I bought a 3DS just to play
Don't
it.
dare you judge me. Because I haven't played the others. So I don't have a Wii.
I'll lend them to you sometime.
I've never played Majora's
It's a
Mask.
matter of
I've
me
never
having
played
time to
Ocarina
play
of
it.
Time. I've played the Game Boy ones because
I
I borrowed them
haven't
off of
played
Daryl.
I've only played
Like when I
Ocarina
had
of
them.
Time.
Which is
On my
arguably
DS.
the best one. Most people will tell you it's the best one. But I've played all of them because I'm faithful to the series.
Faithful.
So, might as well move on to Nintendo then, since that's where we're going.
I like Nintendo.
Their game series, the big game series, your Mario series.
Mario.
And there's a Mario game for everything.
Everything. I hate Olympics
Mario-
though.
Yeah.
And then Winter Olympics. What were you thinking?
It hurts my arms, just thinking about that. Doing the running. I woke up, I did a full night of playing that game, my arms were dead the next day.
Watching the people on the news do curling, it just looks nasty. They're just sitting there going with their Wiimotes.
That looks so interesting.
It's so hilarious. Yeah, well, there's a Mario game for everything. Moving on. Mario Racing, Mario Baseball, Mario Soccer, Mario Tetris,
Mario Soccer
Dr. Mario.
kept us
Mario, everything.
entranced.
Actually,
for
yeah, we did
ages.
play that a lot. Mario
Daniel
Tennis.
had it.
There's a game that you won't find that doesn't have Mario in it.
And not to
I'm pretty
mention,
sure
of
they
course,
would have chucked a Zelda game in there with a Mario reference somewhere.
there was actually.
Told you.
He was referenced. Actually, some of the characters in Ocarina of Time specifically are based on Mario characters
See, told you.
because it's their
Even
flagship
every
character.
single time you can't get rid of them.
But the Mario games themselves, all the way back from Super Mario Bros. Everybody's played
There's
it.
even on the PS3
Just think about
form,
it.
which kind of it was on Eat Ledge.
Just think about
Matt
it.
has-
What if some crazy world, the flagship for Nintendo's whole game series, was the dog from Duck Hunt?
Man, gaming would suck.
He had just as much influence on my childhood gaming when I was playing the NES, because I hated that dog really lots. Yeah, my English just failed.
Fail.
Okay, enough of
Yeah.
my
So
things.
Mario games, everyone has played them or has seen them, knows all about them. That is a huge specific for the Nintendo. There's going to be a new one for the Wii U. So, I mean, Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Smash Bros. There are some great game series for Nintendo.
Yes.
Single player games as well.
Not as many single player games.
Most
Soul
of them-
Calibur, what was that? That was both, wasn't it?
That was everything actually when it came out.
And
Number
First one.
2. The first one was PlayStation.
Yeah.
Second one was PlayStation. Third, sorry, I'm talking. Soul Blade was PlayStation. Soul Calibur 1 was PlayStation. Soul Calibur 2 came out on PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, GameCube.
in the Nintendo version, you can download Mario Bros.
Can you?
No. Just added that.
Link was in it.
What was the later one? You could
Enough.
get Darth Vader, couldn't you?
Yeah, that was on Xbox and
Yeah, that's
PlayStation.
cool.
That was just excessive.
Darth Vader and
I'm
Yoda.
gonna force choke you now.
And
You-
then the latest one to come
later.
out has Ezio.
Later. What?
Ezio was in
Didn't tell me
Soul Calibur
this.
5.
You
Didn't think I'd need to tell you that.
But no! I'm going home to play it now.
Alright. Anyway, well that pretty much wraps us up.
I'm going home because it's dark and I'm afraid of the dark.
And, well, next episode we are going to talk about the handheld mic.
The other side of the coin.
And we're going to talk a little bit about PC as well.
Love the PC.
And,
I changed my comment from the start of the show. PC is the bread and butter of gaming.
yeah.
Can't wait to talk about that. Don't forget to head over to Gawgamers.com.
Sign up.
Put some videos on there,
Please.
because that's what it's for. We want you guys to show us what you want to show us and have a bit of fun with it. Nothing too risque, please. Go on Facebook, check us out.
Share our YouTube videos, subscribe.
And we'll get on to where you can get our podcasts soon.
Whatever.
I love you. See ya.